All right, peace, peace, peace. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so let's jump into the reading. I appreciate your patience. Believe it or not, I've been so fucking busy with all of these readings, which is good news, of course. But finally, I am able to get to you. Okay. Um, and so, first and foremost, in this breakdown, we're essentially going to be discussing your sun, your moon, and your ascendant. But considering Saturn is pretty influential in your chart, we're also going to be talking about Saturn. You feel what I'm saying? So first and foremost, let's begin with the ascendant. So you have your rising sign, right, in Capricorn, the sign Capricorn. And so with your rising sign being in Capricorn, this what this does is it goes on to so the ascendant, it's the first house, right? But ultimately the ascendant deals with what's up. But anyways, the ascendant, it deals, with like the personal life. And it's overall energies that are personal to you, and thus I don't know if you've heard this before, you probably did, but the ascendant, right, it signifies and it highlights the chart ruler, right? Because technically your chart is all personal to you and it's your energy, and it helps you understand. So your chart ruler is the planet that's the most influential in your life, as it has direct influence into your personal life. You feel what I'm saying? And so the ascendant, yeah, it deals with the personal life. It deals with, in a sense, experiences that your soul chose to evolve through, if that makes sense. It's like the sun sign deals with what it is that your soul is focused on. So for example, you have your sun in Pisces in the second house. So specifically, your path of evolution is focused towards like the Pisces energy and mastering the Pisces energy. But then like the way that the evolution is done and the way that it's carried out is it's very Capricornian. So let me elaborate on what this means. So Saturn and Jupiter, right? Because Pisces is Jupiter, Saturn is Capricorn, right? Jupiter is a more benefic planet. It's more inclined towards sympathy, generosity, charitability. Being nice and being of the heart, and being very selfless and service orientated. You feel me? Meanwhile, the sign Capricorn, it's all about utility. You feel me? Utilization, using. Um, so a Capricorn has no problem using another person, right? Like you can think of Capricorn in the business sense, right? The business setting, right? And when you think of businessmen, right? Businessmen can be cutthroat and emotionalist. You feel me? These are all Capricorn energies. And so with your first house being in Capricorn, you feel me? You do have this natural ability to be detached and like reserved and kept to yourself. You feel me? And this express both in Capricorn, Pisces, and even Taurus. As Taurus is also a very reserved sign. They like to keep to themselves. They like to keep it simple. You feel what I'm saying? All right. So I also like to think of the ascendant as the foundation. You feel me? This is the foundation. And then your sun and your moon are like balancing on this foundation. The ascendant is your personality, right? It's like your avatar. It's how you manifest into this world. The ascendant, it also signifies the physical body, right? And things like your health, and even like your location, the place that you find yourself in. You feel me? All because all these things are personal to you, I guess. Um, but ultimately, it's things that you can't control per se, but they're just things that are attached to your personality, your character, your energy. They're just attached to you and who you are. So Capricorn, right? Being a Capricorn individual, you are a very serious person, and you do tend to attract a lot of energy into your personal life where you're asked to be serious. You feel me? But then Capricorn is also a sign that brings like heavy responsibilities upon people, you feel me? And then with that Pisces selfless energy, you may be a person who has the tendency of being responsible sometimes for more than you can handle, you feel me? Because like the Capricorn energy, right, it's ruled by Saturn, and Saturn deals with pressure. So anytime we have Aquarius or Saturn, there's an application of pressure, you feel me? And it's crazy. It gets crazier because you also have conjunct your sun conjunct your Saturn, you feel me? And it's exact, it's the exact degree. Your sun is 14 degrees Pisces, your Saturn is 14 degrees Pisces, you feel me? Now we have ultimately concluded the ascendant, and we talked about how in this life, well, first and foremost, Saturn opposes Venus. Venus is the planet of beauty, of leisure, of joy, of peace. You feel what I'm saying? And you have your moon in the sign of Taurus. So it's like you are a sort of person who's very much inclined towards like going through the path of least resistance. It's like, yeah, the path of least resistance, you feel me? And so ways that this can manifest, especially with the Pisces energy as well, is like escapism, you feel what I'm saying? Taurus likes to escape through the senses, so through things like food, things like food, things like if um yeah, I feel like food is a major one for Taurus. You feel me? So eating, um, but also like because Taurus, it deals with the senses and it deals with being sensual. You feel me? Um, and that's one means of escapism. But escapism isn't associated with Taurus as much as it is associated with Pisces. You feel what I'm saying? And so, like with the Pisces energy, you feel me? This produces way for like um, great sympathy and great sympathy and empathy and an energy and an ability to like be selfless and considerate. So like I wonder where you're. So like with the ascendant being in Capricorn, this top energy is an energy. It's like military sort of too. You feel me? It's an energy where you're asked to be hard and grounded and anchored in reality. You feel me? And Capricorn, it's the last Earth sign. You feel me? So Capricorn is very worldly, and so with the ascendant being in Capricorn, it's an indication that um, one way or another you're intertangled with like your environment. Um, but more specifically, the 10th house and Capricorn have an affinity for each other. You feel me? And the 10th house is the house that deals with the part of the environment that deals with honor, status, credit. It's like your work life, not your work life, because that's the 6th house, but it's like what you're recognized for in your work life, the type of status you're given in your work life. You feel what I'm saying? But that's the 10th house. So Capricorn, it's inclined towards being like recognized and having status and having some sort of authority. You feel me? Capricorn is a very authoritarian sign, so you may in of yourself be authoritarian driven. But then with the Sun Saturn conjunction, this type of energy, it can play out as like you having manifested this obedience to authority. You feel what I'm saying? This yeah, obedience to authority, because the sign Pisces is a feminine sign, and thus it's pretty passive and submissive. You feel what I'm saying? But furthermore, like with yeah, because like Pisces, it's a sign. You feel me? That does also deal with control, but control to like deception and lies and illusion. You feel me? Because it is that type of sign. And like with the Sun conjunct Saturn, there may also be like a a desire to live more so in like fantasy than reality. You feel me? But like a continual desire to like escape reality, because so Saturn and the Sun, you feel me? These two energies, they also,
Power off.
yeah, I'm gonna say this, they oppose each other. You feel me? Saturn deals with boundaries. It deals with like restrictions and limitations. You feel me? Saturn is also a karmic sign, and then with you having Saturn in Pisces, right? Pisces is the sign of karma, right? Yeah, and so like Saturn and Pisces in the second house, right? This indicates that there are a lot of karmic energies manifested, especially when it comes to the second house, which is like the house that deals with possessions and value and like money and things like that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's an interesting energy, you feel me? Because the sun's job is to vitalize, you feel me? And it's like wherever you have your sun in is where you're most, where it's where you're bringing the most energy and attention to. It's what you're giving the most life to. So the second house deals with finances and money. So that means that you're a sort of person who brings a lot of attention and a lot of importance to money. But then with the sun being conjunct Saturn, there may be a worrisomeness when it comes to money. You know, this sense of scarcityness. You feel me? Because so Saturn does, it brings like poverty, and it brings restriction and worrisome and doubt and fear. You feel me? And so with the Saturn, it's interesting. It's real interesting energy. You feel me? Because there's a lot of players in this energy right here. Because Jupiter is ruling your second house. You feel me? Jupiter rules Pisces, so Jupiter is ruling your second house, and Jupiter is a sign that deals with expansion and abundance and prosperity and wealth. And so Pisces, my bad, Sagittarius is the masculine expression of Jupiter, and this is more active energy. This is more where Sagittarius is, they're they're associated with luck because they go out and do things. They take risks, and it's like the more risks you take, the more lucky you get. You feel what I'm saying? But then it's like Pisces, it's more passive. You feel me? Pisces, it deals more with like sympathy, that type of energy that like it's like humanity's Jupiterian energy, in the sense that Sagittarius is extroverted, it's masculine, and it's gonna go out and get that Jupiter energy of that abundance. You feel me? But then Pisces may be aligned with receiving it, in the sense that maybe people are inclined to be more kind and generous to a Pisces. You feel me? And give them and be more like understanding and more compassionate. Yeah. But anyways, like yeah, but ultimately Pisces is more negative. You feel me? It's more of a, yeah, it's more of a negative sign. It's more inclined towards like um being emotionally unstable. But it's like you have that moon in Taurus. You feel what I'm saying? And the moon is exalted when it's in Taurus. So it's like the sun is what you're surrounded by as well. It's your experiences and what you're bringing attention to. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you are definitely submerged in a lot of emotional undertakings and happenings. You feel me? But then like with the moon in Taurus, it's like you have an ability to stay afloat and not sink into the water. You feel me? But it's more like Pisces is already the water, sunk into the water in a sense. Um, I think Moon in Taurus, Pisces, Sun is more like having a, a submarine underwater. You feel me? Like being subjected to all of these emotional conditions, but then like being strong enough to not break and fold. You feel me? But it's like back to what we were saying earlier with the um, Saturn, Sun. So the Sun is a, it's a convertible planet, meaning that some planets are just naturally benefic. They're naturally good. You feel me? But then some planets, like the Sun, the Moon, and the Sun, the Moon, and Mercury. The Sun, the Moon, and Mercury. These planets are convertible planets. You feel me? So what this means is that they're not good or bad, but um, according to the aspects they receive, they can express negatively or express positively. You feel what I'm saying? And so, with this conjunction here, it's of great importance for you to work on your self esteem, your self significance. You feel me? In creating a self awareness about yourself that's anchored in authority, that's anchored in power, and it don't have to be, and it shouldn't be authority and power over others, but authority and power in your life. You feel me? So ultimately, this is building confidence, self-esteem, and self-value. Because Saturn, right, conjuncting the Sun, what it does is it produces energies where you attract scenarios and events and people that try to bury you. I guess you feel me, underground, in the sense that like they try to belittle you, they try to like make you feel like you're not of importance, and that you in a sense are better off just not confronting, conforming, right, conforming and being like everyone else. Like Saturn doesn't do the individual, it doesn't deal with, yeah, the individual, you feel me, but the Sun is the individual, it is how you express yourself. So Saturn is like, no. Saturn doesn't reflect light, it deflects it, you feel me? So like the Sun, it sends out its radiance, and then Saturn is like, nope, get that shit out of here, right? Instead of reflecting it back, it deflects it, you feel me? So what happens is, a lot of the times with the not a lot of the times, with the way that the energy expresses itself, Sun Saturn energy is like uh a person has to try extra hard to just be themselves, and there's this energy of like opposition against who you are and who you want to be. You feel what I'm saying? And Pisces is the sign that deals with imprisonment, you feel me? So um there can be even like being imprisoned by karma, being imprisoned by things outside of your control, you feel what I'm saying? That can be very Pisces like. But I would say that pretty much concludes the reading. Like we can talk a little bit more about your moon in Taurus. You feel me? Like your moon in Taurus is probably why you're beautiful. But then, um, Pisces is also a sign that brings way to beauty, and this is because Pisces is exalted in Pisces is exalted in the planet Venus, which is the planet of beauty. You feel what I'm saying? And then Pisces is also exalted in the planet Neptune, which is the planet. It's the planet of beauty, but like the beauty industry. You feel what I'm saying? So like makeup, aesthetics, and things like that, like plastic surgery. And so Neptune is the planet of illusions as well. You feel what I'm saying? So it's beauty, but it's beauty from the standpoint of illusions. You feel me? Like putting on makeup and all those things. But Taurus is grounded beauty. You feel me? So like this energy brings beauty, but it also brings it produces an energy for a person who is inclined towards beauty, inclined towards nice things, but inclined towards material as well. And then like with you having that Saturn energy, right? Sun conjunct Saturn, but then also Saturn ruling over your first house. There is a very material sense of energy, but then at the same time, because Saturn is in the sign Pisces, you feel me? It's like you're not oblivious to the fact that there's more to life than just the physical. You feel me? You have this awareness as well of metaphysical, spiritual things, paranormal things, and it's like Saturn and Pisces individuals, especially. I mean, you have your Sun and your Saturn both in Pisces, and it's like these are people that are naturally psychic. Right? Pisces rules the it rules the astral world, not the astral body, but the astral world. But then Neptune rules the astral body. You feel me? So Pisces, um, very inclined towards the dreams, inclined towards psychic experiences, inclined towards astral projecting. If they try, they'll naturally get into that. You feel me? Traveling, because it is mutable water. But yeah, so this pretty much breaks down the meaning, not the meaning, but the donation based reading I wanted to do for you. If you're interested, I'd definitely love to go deeper, right, and give you a full reading, let me know and we can proceed if you're interested. All right, peace.